Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Western Mass News at 6. I'm Chris Pisano. Hundreds are now rallying in Springfield after marching from Central High School to police headquarters, calling for an end to police brutality in America. Now, we have team coverage for you here on Western Mass News. Sarah Gurnelli and Leon Purvis reporting tonight. And we begin with Sarah live at the rally with a look at how officers are coping as demonstrations like this play out across the country. Sarah?
Demonstrators actually just got off of their knee. Pearl Street is blocked off now. Officers originally had just one section of Pearl Street blocked off, but as you can see, demonstrators are now coming over the barrier that police had set up. You can see them standing right now in front of the police station, blocking it off, but demonstrators just keep coming closer and closer. I see some protesters who are re-kneeling on the ground. Others continue to hold their signs. Now, they seem to be speaking directly to the officers. Organizers I spoke with today say this is where they demand justice, and this is how it happens, by calling on the police department to step up and treat everyone equal. Now, as you can see, it's getting a little heated in between here, but the police just seem to be calmly standing by while demonstrators push up to the forefront. Again, there was that second barrier they just broke through, and now they're right in front of the police officers with another barrier. If you listen closely, they're chanting, "Take a knee." And some of them are actually starting now to take a knee as we speak. Officers are just calmly looking around, making sure everyone is safe. This is a very peaceful protest right now. Not only are the police departments standing in the front, but state police are also here guarding the side of the building. Now, earlier today, we checked in with the Springfield Police Department to see how they deal with this type of stress. Police officers are on the forefront of the community, and right now they're greatly impacted by the coronavirus pandemic, but also public scrutiny.
Being a police officer is one of the most stressful positions or jobs or careers that anyone could have because of what they face each and every day, especially in urban areas like Springfield. So when someone performs a hideous act like we've seen in Minneapolis and it lumps all people in law enforcement together, it just raises that stress level.
Behind the badge, the men and women in blue look for support. Western Mass News spoke with Springfield Police Department's Public Information Officer Ryan Walsh about their Employment Assistance Program.
They can reach out to someone and talk, and there's a lot of those services available.
Walsh says a new program called peer-to-peer counseling is in the works, where officers will be able to turn to each other instead of an outside provider.
Police officers don't want to talk to a civilian who's trying to help them because they think they might not understand what they go through. Police officers want to talk to other police officers or retired police officers.
Walsh says this peer-to-peer service will bring together a group of current police officers with retired officers trained appropriately.
The stresses could lead to anything from mental health issues. There's a high rate of suicide risk with police officers. Eating disorders, alcoholism, drug abuse, whatever it may be. So you try to curb those things before they get out of hand, and hopefully we're going to have those resources in-house.
All right, so you guys were with us when the protesters just broke through one barrier. Now they are very up close. And just moments ago, police did walk out from the police department in riot gear. You can see them very clustered together in the center. Some have their shields up, but there are other officers just simply standing, making sure this crowd is under control. There are protesters to our left that are standing on their knee. There are others saying no justice, no peace. And this is a live scene right now in front of the Springfield Police Department. Back to you guys.
All right, Sarah, thank you for that. Let's hope the situation does not get unruly. And Sarah, if you're still listening, please get out of harm's way if things do happen to go that way. And as we see, the protest that started at Central High School has arrived at Springfield headquarters. Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis is now live on scene with more. Leon?
Yeah, Chris, we're out here. The protesters are asking police officers to take a knee. And as you can see, they're cheering for some reason. I'm not sure why right now. But they asked police officers to take a knee. Protesters were chanting, I can't breathe. Different things. Right now, as Sarah said, the protest has been peaceful, and police officers have been very calm in this situation. These protesters started their march from Central High School all the way down to the police station on Pearl Street. Their message, standing up for racial injustice. Mayor Dominic Sarno and the police commissioner also joined everyone in the march. One high school protester held up a sign that says, "Racism is not born, it's taught."
I don't get why people should be treated like this. Nobody should be treated like this. Nobody should ever have to be scared to walk out of their house every single day.
Now, organizers tell us the protest will end at 7 o'clock tonight. We'll give you the very latest, both on air and online. Live in Springfield, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
I filed an amended complaint that charges former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin with murder in the second degree for the death of George Floyd.
That's Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison announcing one of the officers already in custody in the death of George Floyd, Derek Chauvin, now faces an upgraded charge of second-degree murder. He says the other three officers are charged with aiding and abetting. And for the latest developments on this story and the protests surrounding it, be sure you have our free Western Mass News streaming app. With the tentative Phase 2 reopening plan set to begin on June 8th, restaurants are just days away from serving guests outside. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane with the latest on proposals in the works in Springfield to temporarily close streets down for outdoor dining.
The city of Springfield is working on a plan to temporarily close certain roads in order to accommodate outdoor dining under Phase 2 reopening guidelines for restaurants. The closure would affect particular roads in all parts of Springfield, but as officials still work to finalize details, business owners in the city are weighing in on the idea.
I think it's a great idea. I just think that, like I said, there has to be other factors that need to be considered if you want to do this properly. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
For us, closing the street is really not conducive. I think it will hurt us more on the long run. It's Main Street, and it's the main artery in the city. So I don't think that's going to be closed down. Other streets like Worthington Street and 4th Street, I can see that and I understand that. And it will be helpful for those restaurants.
Over at Nadim's Mediterranean Grill, the outdoor patio is able to seat 70 guests and preparations are underway for the reopening.
We have tons of tables and seating for outside. If anything needed, we can always bring the tables from inside outside to the patio till we open inside.
Owner Nadim Cashew tells Western Mass News while street closures aren't what his restaurant needs, he is working on ways to make sure his guests and staff are safe, like enabling mobile ordering from tables to limit server and guest interaction. He says while they are looking forward to reopening outside, he hopes indoor dining will follow soon after.
Hopefully in another 3 weeks we will be able, the governor say, you know what, let's open up. I know it's going to be a controlled capacity, which I think it's going to be a good thing, maybe 25-30%. But we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
City officials in Springfield are having a meeting on Thursday in order to discuss more of the logistics for road closures. In Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Now at 6 Gateway Regional High School celebrating their senior class today as students drove under waterfalls coming from fire department hoses. The parade took the place of the regular indoor senior awards ceremony. Western Mass News spoke with a couple people who attended that ceremony who agreed this year was different due to the coronavirus, but still it was a lot of fun.
And so I'm hoping that the seniors realize that this doesn't take away at all from their accomplishments, and they got their awards around the other side of the building. So it was really a fun sense of energy, and congratulations to them.
I think it's fantastic. I think that everybody did a wonderful job. I love the fact that the town came out, the police came out, the firemen came out, all of our staff came out, and I think the seniors appreciated it. I've seen them cry and laugh and wave, and it just was a beautiful thing.
Bloom says the senior class of about 50 students did an amazing job getting through these final months of high school. Now here's a look at today's numbers of COVID-19 cases in Massachusetts. So far, the state reports 97,964 confirmed cases. That is up 425 from yesterday. Officials say there are now 3,628 probable cases. That's up 4 from yesterday. In all, there are 101,592 total cases in the Bay State. and there are 68 more confirmed deaths today. The state reporting 140 probable deaths attributed to COVID-19. The statewide death toll now standing at 7,152. And for more coverage on the coronavirus emergency as it continues to develop, just log on to our free Western Mass News streaming app.
We started out the morning with some light showers here or there. Now starting to see some heavier downpours bubbling up as we got some daytime heating. You see some of the dark clouds off in the distance as we look off towards the west of our Springfield Skycam. You see some of the really heavy showers, even severe thunderstorms out towards northeast PA into central and southeast PA. But for us, as we zoom on in, we can actually see some of these showers developing right towards Holyoke and East Hampton, out towards Blandford. These are going to be some quick moving systems, and the good thing is I don't see any lightning associated. So Blandford, Russell, right to the south of the Mass Pike, also moving into the Holyoke area, and then eventually into Chicopee. If you're watching us at Westover Air Reserve Base, you're probably getting a good view of a nice little shower that's going to be moving through in the next 15 minutes or so. We hit the mid to low 80s for afternoon highs, 70s in some of the higher elevations. A nice toasty day. We're back to more summer-like conditions for tomorrow, and the good news is the dew points will be still on the fairly lower side. It's still a little high, but not overly oppressive. That arrives on Friday. So we'll clear things out tonight after some of these showers move through, waking up with sunshine for your Thursday. All day Thursday, dry and looking nice. We're in the middle 50s overnight with some clearing skies, and tomorrow returning into the middle 80s. A lot of sunshine, warm, and also a bit breezy, with winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, we're still tracking some of those showers before we clear out. Show you that full weekend forecast in just a few minutes. Chris?